Ah yes, from California we travel across the pond to England, where illegal immigrants, or shall we call them invaders, Islamists have more rights than King Charles. Here we find a guy who calls himself Sir Keir Starmer, the man who wants to lead Britain into a glorious future of censorship, hypocrisy, and appeasement. You know, if he spent half as much time solving real problems as he does policing social media posts, maybe his leadership wouldn't be such a colossal joke, because that's what we need, right? A man who's so afraid of criticism, he wants to throw people in jail for wrong think on Twitter. Oh, did you hurt someone's feelings? Straight to jail. Did you post a meme that rubbed someone the wrong way? Straight to jail. Did you dare question the almighty woke agenda? Straight to jail. Before we continue, if you're loving the content and want to take things to the next level, why not consider joining the channel? As a member, you'll unlock some seriously awesome perks. We're talking exclusive badges, emojis to flex in the comments, sneak peeks of upcoming videos, and even special shoutouts during the show. Plus, you'll be directly supporting the channel so I can keep bringing you the best content possible. Just hit that join button below and take your seat among the legends. And hey, if you're not ready to join, no worries. Your likes, comments, and shares still mean the world to me. Thanks for being here, and know that you are appreciated. Now let's keep this party going. He's basically turning the UK into North Korea with crumpets and tea. Except instead of punishing actual criminals, he's going after anyone who dares to have a different opinion. The man's so committed to crushing free speech, I'm surprised he hasn't suggested burning down libraries for misinformation. And let's not forget, this is the same guy who wants to be seen as a champion of justice. The man who will crusade against mean tweets but conveniently forgets about the actual horrors happening under his watch. Like, you know, the decades-long scandal of rape gangs that terrorized cities across Britain, while everyone in power, including Starmer himself, looked the other way. Because God forbid, they actually acknowledge a problem that doesn't fit their politically correct narrative. No, no, no. Better to pretend everything's fine and sweep the devastation under the rug. Who cares about the thousands of girls whose lives were destroyed, right? As long as the woke mob is happy, Starmer's satisfied. But oh, he'll lecture us all day about equality and justice. Meanwhile, his version of justice is nothing more than appeasement of radicals and knee-jerk authoritarianism against everyday people. The man's hypocrisy is so blatant, it practically has its own Twitter account. Keir Starmer, the leader who stands for everything and nothing all at once. He'll pander to the woke mob one minute and then try to act tough the next. It's like watching a circus clown put on a suit and pretend he's the ringmaster. Only the circus is Britain, and the clown is the one making all the rules. But let's not stop there. Let's talk about his obsession with appeasing Islamists. Because apparently there's nothing braver than bending over backward to accommodate radicals who want to turn your country into a medieval theocracy. You've got Starmer walking on eggshells, terrified of offending anyone who might remotely associate with Islamism, while completely ignoring the innocent lives torn apart by their hate-filled ideology. Starmer's playbook is straight out of the ANC's guide to hypocrisy and incompetence. Cover up the scandals, deflect the criticism, and demonize anyone who dares to speak the truth. The man's so desperate to appear virtuous, he's willing to throw his own people under the bus. And speaking of throwing people under the bus, how about his crackdown on free speech while ignoring actual threats to the public? Britain is burning under his woke tyranny, and all he can think about is how to control what people post online. Imagine trying to silence your own population to appease a tiny group of extremists and the perpetually offended. He's the kind of guy who would pass a law banning sarcasm because it hurts feelings. But then again, when your entire political career is built on being a hollow suit of appeasement, you have to keep up the charade somehow. And what better way to do it than pretending you're some sort of righteous hero fighting against hate speech while allowing real hate to flourish unchecked? Here's a man who cares more about protecting the feelings of radical groups than the actual safety and well-being of innocent children. Because priorities, right? Why bother tackling real crime when you can score political points by policing social media posts and destroying the lives of anyone who dares to step out of line? Keir Starmer is the ultimate embodiment of double standards. He's the kind of leader who will fiercely condemn someone for a joke online but shrug his shoulders when innocent girls are being groomed and exploited. Because nothing says justice like selectively enforcing the law to fit your own twisted narrative. You want to talk about hypocrisy? Starmer's got more of it than the ANC at a corruption convention. The The man's so two-faced, he probably has to check a mirror just to remember who he's pretending to be on any given day. And yet, he still thinks he's fit to lead Britain. A man who's more concerned with silencing critics than actually fixing anything. A man who would rather destroy freedom of speech than confront the uncomfortable truths festering within his own society. Keir Starmer, the man who wants to put the UK on lockdown, not for a pandemic, but for your thoughts, your words, and your right to criticize his pathetic excuse for leadership. Because when it comes down to it, he's nothing more than a spineless, power-hungry clown trying to pass himself off as a statesman. But hey, if his goal is to turn the UK into a sanitized, authoritarian wasteland where only approved thoughts are allowed, then I guess he's doing a brilliant job. Bravo, Sir Keir. Bravo. Thanks for watching. See you next time.